How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a really good day today. Today I'm going to go over a cribbage video, and I'm really going to try and focus on, and this is if the cards permit, I'm going to try and give you guys a video on what to do and what your mindset should be when you're losing. When you're losing either mildly or losing really bad. So I'm going to play on the Cribbage app and expert difficulty. I'm going to count my cards also. So, cutting a jack. I played a bunch of games today, and it seems like I never win the first crib, but that's all right. Here, this is not a very good hand. I'm probably going to throw 9 queen just to keep my 4 points. And not 9 and any face card is usually not that good of a cards to throw in your opponent's crib. So, here I'll play a 4. And he played a 6 or a 2. So playing a jack here seems pretty safe. And I have 2 of them, so the likelihood of him having another jack is probably not that high. And I'm going to play... He just played 2 2s. So the likelihood of him having a 3 is probably actually pretty high. So I'm not... Well, I'd probably rather play a jack and him get 31 than play a 4 and him get a run of 3, so... Oh, and he must not have had a 3. Man, 2-2, ace, ace, and cut a 2. That's a weird hand. Here I got... I can't really tell if that jack is a club or a spade, but I'm assuming it's a club, so I've got 5. If it's not, and I counted the wrong amount of points, you guys already know. Okay, so it was a club. Let's see how many points we give him in his crib. So, 6, which... That's not very likely there for him to get a 3 of a kind in his crib. But here I'm probably going to throw 10 queen. And the reason being is I'm throwing 2 face cards in my crib, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. And also, I'm still keeping a 15. Because throwing 10 or queen 6, 10, 6 really is not that good. Because the reason being is... when you keep lower cards like that aren't face cards, they're typically better at counting cards. I could play a 6 here, which usually this is probably the last card I would play. And I've kind of grown to like ranking my cards in my hand on which one I want to play and from which one I want to play the most and which one I want to play the least. And 6 is the least. I think 4 would probably be the safest, just because if he plays a 3 for 15, then I can cover him with a 3, which he doesn't. 8, 8, I'm going to assume that he does not have a 5, so I'm going to play 6. It kind of hopefully set myself up. 8, 8, ace, so I have absolutely no idea what this guy has. He might have another 6. But I don't think he's going to have another ace. So I think playing a 3 here is pretty safe. And, of course, he does have another ace. So, now I'm pretty far behind. So hopefully this video will show you guys what to do when you're behind. Here I've got 15, 2, 15, 4. Run of 3 is 7, I think. Here we've got 4. That was an easy one to count. Okay, so now we got all evens, which usually is not a good sign because you can't get any 15s, can't get any runs. So I think throwing 8 king here, you want to be careful throwing 8s into your opponent's crib just because of 7s and 6s and 9s. But I like to keep 2, 4, 10 jack, keep my chances of a run open, and at the same time keep good cards, but we cut an 8, so that's not good. I'm going to lead with a 4, and he played a 4. So now is not the time to freak out here, but I think the best play here would either play a 10 or a jack, because I don't want to play a 2 just in case if he has a 3 or another 2. So I'm just going to play a 10. And here I'm going to play jack, and hopefully he doesn't have any other cards, because then I set myself up. Yes. Now we get a 31. He got a 15 at the end anyways, so. And we have 0 points in our hand, so that's never good. But hopefully we didn't give him too many points in his crib. We gave him 8. Darn it. So, looking right now, we're pretty far behind. So the mindset here is you kind of want to... It's the mindset that you always want to have, but you want to play a little bit more risky because you need the points. You need to start coming back. Here I'm probably going to throw ace 5, kind of load up the crib and still keep the same amount of points, actually more points than if I were to throw ace 8. So he's going to lead with a 2 here. I think that playing a 6 is probably the safest. And I'm going to play a 7 because I'm going to assume he doesn't have a 6, otherwise he would have paired me on the last one. And I'm going to lead with another 7. Okay, so not a whole lot of points here on the pegging. Luckily, that actually worked in my favor, though, because I've got a really good hand and hopefully a decent crib. So here we've got 15, 2, 4, 6, and 10 is 16. And in the crib, we've got 15, 2, 15, 4, and a pair of 6. I think that's it. Alrighty. So we're already almost back in the game just from one hand. And that just goes to show you how cribbage is such a up and down game to where, you know, you could get terrible hands the entire game and then be back in it in 3 hands. So, here, I could get frisky and throw queen, king, keep a whole bunch of really good pegging cards, but that would kind of throw away all my points. So I think it would be better if I threw 2, 7. It's kind of a nasty, not very good combination. It keeps good points in my hand, and also gives me chances for runs. Here I'm going to lead with a face guard because I have a 5, just in case if he plays 15. Actually, I take that back. I've had it happen too many times where I've played a face guard, he played 15, I play a 5, and then they play another 5 for 6 points, plus the 2 points for 15. So that would just be a clean 6 points for my opponent, 0 points for me. So I'm going to lead with a 4. He played a jack, so I can play either of my face cards here, and it would be pretty safe as long as he doesn't have a 7. Ooh, and I get a pair, hopefully. Oh, shoot. So I had no control over that because I had to play my queen, and I had no idea that he had 2 queens in his hand. But here I've got 15, 2, 4. And 5 points in his crib, so average is about 4. So you want to try to keep them at or below 4, but 5, that's not too bad. We're down by 22. So this is kind of a funny hand because I want to keep you almost always want to keep your runs just in case you get a double run. But at the same time, I've got 2 5s. So I think it would be more optimal if I threw the 2 and the queen. Still keeping my chance of a run alive, which obviously I didn't get it. But here I'm going to want to play a 10. And the reason why I don't want to play a 5 is in case if he has a 6. And just like that, if I would have played my 5, he would have gotten 5 points right there. I'm assuming he doesn't have an ace. Because 4, 6, ace is not really a very good combination. I have no choice but to play a 5 here, but I get triples, so that's good. So I'm pretty far behind. 52, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 2 is 14. And a lot of times you'll play a cribbage game, and there's not a single thing you can do about it. You're just destined to lose, basically. You know, you can't get good hands, and you just kind of have to accept it. But there are certain things that you can do in games that are a little bit closer that can improve your chances of winning. Mainly minimizing the amount of points in your opponent's crib, and at the same time maximizing the amount of points you can peg and that you get in your crib. Here I threw away an ace and a 9 to keep my flush, my beautiful flush that I love so much. Here I'm going to start with a 7. And if he plays an 8, then I can play my 9 and get a run of 3. I'm going to play a 9 here. And I don't want to play a jack because if he has a low card like that, it's probably pretty likely that he's going to have other face cards or smaller cards, other smaller cards. Ooh, I hope he doesn't have a 2. Okay, that's not that bad. So we're basically right back in the game. We're only down by 7 here. And we got a decent hand. We got 15. 2 and 5 hearts is 7. And knobs is 8. So that's kind of a fun hand to count. He got 12 points. But see, we can't control what he gets in his hand, but we can control what he gets in his crib. And ace 9 is not a very good thing to throw in your opponent. Or it is a good thing for you to throw to your opponent's crib, but it's not good cards to put in the crib for my opponent. So 2 points, you can't really complain. Okay, so here I'm probably going to throw ace 4, kind of load up my crib, keep my chances of a double run alive, and I don't really want to break up my 6-9-9 here. And we cut an ace too. So not going to play a 10. Well, we got 2 aces out already because I've got an ace that we just cut and an ace I threw in my crib. So the chances of him having another ace are 2 out of whatever. So instead he plays a jack, and hopefully, he doesn't have an ace. I have no choice but to play 9. So he's going to get 3 hands too, so I'm probably going to lose. Here I've got 15, 2, 4, a pair of 6, and knobs is 7. Here I've got 15, 2, 15, 4, and a pair of 6. So this is not looking good because I get 1 hand, just this hand, and he's going to get his hand, a crib, and another hand because he gets to count first. So most likely going to lose here. And I don't... This is a terrible hand to have right now. Because I don't want to give him points, but at the same time I need to try and keep as many points as possible. And in this situation I'm down by 20. So I don't think it really matters what I throw. But I think throwing... I hate to throw points in my opponent's crib, but I need the points. I can't afford to have another 0-point hand. And I probably should have led with a 4 there. Whoops. Okay. So here I could either pair him, which would give me 2 points, but that would leave us on 21. Okay, so the smarter play here is to play my queen. And then that would leave us at 30, and the only way he can get points is if he plays an ace, which I have 1, and he has 1. So it's 2 out of 52 or whatever, however many cards are in a deck. 15, 2, 4, 6, pairs 8. And it's going to be game over here. Yeah. Well, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I got a comment talking about how I got really good cards in a hand, and I just want to be genuine with you guys and know that sometimes you can play the best that you could be the best cribbage player in the world, and you could lose to somebody who's just picked up cribbage 2 days ago, just because it's a card game and it kind of boils down to luck. So it's not like my other favorite game, chess, where a grandmaster can beat you 100 out of 100 times. But anyways, thanks for watching, and hopefully you guys enjoyed.